Hi there, it's Jimmy with Fancy Schmancy Wino. That's Jimmy, not James. James is at home, I believe, translating old episodes of Battlestar Galactica into the ancient Hebrew, because why not? We're here today to drink wine with leftovers. Might as well just use leftover wine. I happen to have some right here. This is some Beaujolais. Good wine to have with Thanksgiving leftovers. It's red that'll go with red wine pairings, and it's red that'll go with lighter pairings like fish and whatnot. So I think it pairs pretty well in general with turkey and mashed potatoes and whatnot. Lighter fare. This particular Beaujolais is a 2012 Côte de Brie from Nicole Chenron, I believe is how you pronounce your last name. I'll be honest, there's a whole bunch of stuff in French in here. I took German in high school and Chinese in college. Neither one of those are particularly useful in the wine we're drinking today. So we'll just show you a picture of it. You can read all the French stuff you want, and you could probably tell me how to pronounce it, because I cannot. But I don't need to know how to pronounce it, I just need to drink it. And when I drink it, I'm going to be pairing it with leftovers from Thanksgiving, specifically what I like to call is a famous bowl, kind of like the KFC famous bowl, only not from KFC and not actually famous because we're having it in my kitchen. Mashed potatoes with some gravy and some leftover turkey. And then, of course, we're using the top quality potatoes you can buy, the Idahoan flakes. Certainly that's what all the best chefs use, as well as our own original sauce. And by original, I mean, I think I paid $1.50 or $2 or whatever for a jar of gravy. But we are using fresh ground pepper and salt because we're not heathens. Anyway, enough about the nonsense food. Let's talk about this wine. You'll see it's opened. I mentioned it was a leftover. Color-wise, it's kind of a nice ruby. I call it like a dark ruby, though. Dark ruby with maybe darker than a lot of Beaujolais, I'm sure. Yeah, almost a root beer tint to it. I would say ruby with some root beer coloring. Nice nose, though. Very like a, I want to say a candied cherry. Yeah, like a candied chocolate cherry. You know what's interesting is I actually, when I opened this, well, it's almost been a day and a half now, it had kind of a wet stone mineral-y kind of thing going on there, as well as some tobacco. And both of those are gone now, and I don't know if that's just from aeration or not, but it's not on the nose anymore. Let's take the old drink of it. That's nice. It's calmed down quite a bit. It's another thing. I think this would be a fun one to try. Like, have two bottles of. Do one that's just recently corked, and one that's, sat for a day. Definitely soft. I mean, the tannins are much softer today than they were, a day and a half ago. That's kind of interesting. Taste. I'm going to say raspberry, maybe a little mostly raspberry. I think on day one I had raspberry and blackberry in my head. I don't really get the blackberry in there anymore. It's mostly just raspberry, maybe a little cherry. And I had the tobacco thing is also sort of gone. I don't know where it went, but there a day and a half ago, not there anymore. Very nice, soft, creamy, little tart. I think the tartness shows up more now than it did on day one. But it's nice. All by itself, I'm going to give that a grade of B+. Going with B+. Let's see how it pairs with this Leftovers RS that we've got here, which I've also not taken the time to cut up, so I'm going to look like a caveman eating this, but you don't care. There's something great about Thanksgiving leftovers, though. Let's see how they go with wine. That's great. I would give myself a high five on that particular pairing. That's pretty good. So I'm going to say this B+ wine, with a name that I can't pronounce other than I can tell you Côte de Brie. 2012 Beaujolais from Domaine de la Vôtre de Crosses, I believe. I'm probably butchering that. I shouldn't actually talk about it because I'm undoubtedly butchering it, and people who speak French are dying laughing and falling out of their seats right now. I apologize. B+ wine, though. A+ leftovers. Thank you. Cheers.